Amina was a woman shaped by time. Her hands, gnarled with age, still remembered the warmth of baking bread for her children. Her eyes, though clouded, held a gentle kindness that spoke volumes of her spirit. Ramadan had always been a special time for her. It was a time for reflection, for prayer, and for family. She would spend her days preparing meals, her heart brimming with love. This year, however, Ramadan felt different. Amina's body, frail and weakened by age, struggled to keep up with the demands of fasting. The long hours without food and water left her feeling faint and dizzy. She longed to join her family in their observance, but her body simply wouldn't allow it. A pang of guilt twisted in Amina's heart as she watched her children and grandchildren begin their fast. They were all so full of life and devotion. Their commitment to the rituals of Ramadan filled her with pride. Yet, it also amplified her own sense of inadequacy. She felt like a burden, unable to participate in something so central to their lives and faith. The days stretched on, each one a test of Amina's resolve. The aroma of spices and roasting meat, usually so comforting, now filled her with a mixture of longing and despair. The emptiness in her stomach was nothing compared to the emptiness that had settled in her heart. Amina yearned to be a part of their togetherness, to share in the blessings of Ramadan. One evening, mustering all her strength, Amina decided to speak up. She gathered her family around her, her voice trembling slightly. "My children," she began, "my heart aches to join you in fasting, but my body, it is weak." Her words hung in the air, a whisper lost in the cacophony of their own observances. Her children, caught up in their own acts of piety, barely registered her words. They offered her kind smiles and empty reassurances. "Of course, Mother," they said, "rest and take care of yourself." But their words lacked understanding. They failed to grasp the depth of her despair, the silent plea for connection hidden beneath her frail exterior. Later that night, as Amina lay awake, she heard a soft knock on her door. Her granddaughter Layla entered, her eyes filled with concern. Layla had always been a perceptive child, attuned to the unspoken emotions of others. She sat beside her grandmother, gently taking her hand. "Grandmother," she whispered, "it's okay to feel this way. Ramadan is about kindness and compassion too." Layla's words pierced through Amina's despair, reminding her of the true essence of their faith. It wasn't just about rituals and restrictions, it was about empathy, about understanding, about caring for those in need. The next morning, a plate of dates and a glass of milk appeared beside Amina's bed. Her family, finally awakened to her silent struggle, began to include her in their meals. They shared stories and laughter, their voices a balm to her wounded spirit. Amina may not have been able to participate in the physical act of fasting, but she found solace in the warmth of her family, in their newfound understanding and compassion, and in that she rediscovered the true spirit of Ramadan.